Well, if you've been following along, I'm going slow on this engine removal because of the parts. Some parts I want to keep, other parts I don't, and I'm trying to keep in my mind where everything goes, but I'm also making a video log of where everything goes, so that'll help me put it back together again. So anyway, today I hope to take this valley plate. We used to call them valley pans, but it looks like it's a plate nowadays. Anyway, take this valley plate off here and the knock sensors. I got to vacuum this area up first. There may be some carnage below this. I'm kind of hoping there isn't, but if there is, it'll be interesting to see. And then I'm going to move on to the exhaust manifolds on both sides, but I don't know if I'll be able to get to those today. I need to get these knock sensors off or out and this plate off, and I need to vacuum this area up, and if I get to one of the exhausts, then that'll be great. So get a subscription if you can, if you want to, and or just watch it. Here we go, back to the engine. This pipe here is a coolant pipe, and it connects to the heads, and it allows the coolant, the air gaps in the heads, to come out and then back into the radiator from here. So it's through there and into another tube to the radiator. Anyway, with the thermostat being so far down below the engine block, there could be air pressure or air caught in these cylinders, which would create hot spots. And so this tube is designed to alleviate that. All the bolts look to be the same size. There we go. There should be some O-rings on the end of these. I'll get a screwdriver. Get those out. Okay. Now I gotta get these covers off. Come on off of there. You can do it. Another screwdriver, I guess. This engine got very hot evidently, because these rubber covers should just pop up and then I should be able to slide them back down the wire, and yet they did not, and they're breaking off at the sensor itself, which is not right. I know from my other engine that I built, when it came in, it had this plate on it, and these covers were able to come right off and then slide back on the wires. So yeah, seems to be a problem with this engine. It got really hot, and when things get hot,
interesting stuff happens to plastic for sure. That's why I'm fighting you so much.
I'll be getting some new knock sensors anyway. I think I broke both of these, or I'm in the process of doing so. I'll probably get this out of my way right now. Okay. I don't have the right pliers for this, so normally you can just squeeze these and get them off of there, but normally you just squeeze, it sits like this, and you squeeze these ends like this. See, they're just so brittle they break. I can get these off of here now. I don't care about anything going in the cylinder heads because I'm not going to be using these, and I'm not going to be using the engine either, so most of the times I'd cover these up, but I'm not going to today. And see how much pull we got to have. Oh, they're not in there very tight.
The valley plate bolts were 10 millimeter.
Okay. Almost. Not quite.
These are 7/8. 7/8 socket piston.
Come on. I hit a snag. I hit a snag. And there you have it. And you can see where I broke the wire out of the inside. And there's the other one. Okay, this plate should come off now. Valley plate. Remember, don't pry on the heads. They are aluminum. Okay, the mystery below. What is below? Will we see carnage? Once I get this up, we'll find out. Alright. There's the plate. Gotta tell you, what I'm looking at don't look good. I don't understand why this plate, oh, lost part of its goody-goody there. That could be what part of the plate I just pulled off. That should have come off. There's the cam, and you can tell it's gone. But other than that, the real carnage is still yet to be found. So, continuing on, I'll clean this up a little bit. Well, not really. See if I can get that off. Yeah, the rubber piece come off in pieces. This engine got really hot. That piece that was laying right here, that was just a piece of plastic from the connection. It had fallen down in when I picked the plate up. But you can see that the cam is toast. We knew that probably anyway. Got my strange high lift jack here. Did a video on that. Got my pad. Got some tools. I'm gonna go have a picnic under the Yukon XL here and see if I can get an exhaust flange loose. There's the culprit in question right there. I'll be trying a 5/8 first. I believe that's what it is. It's 5/8. Well, I'm back on the other side now. And gotta tell you, this whole undercarriage, this frame and everything, this truck came out of Washington State outside of Seattle. And the frame and everything looks so good. Anyway, where I gotta go is right up in there. I don't know if you can see it, but I've got to use my Ryobi impact. It's come to the rescue a few times. So it rescued me on the other side. Now it's got to rescue me on this side because these nuts here, they're only on at 35 or so foot-pounds, but they don't want you to believe it when you try and take them loose, I'll tell you that. Anyway, I'm going to put some Freol on this one and let it soak for a bit before I make a bunch of rattling noise because they don't come off real easy. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get these three off and then bring you back. All down, both sides. Still can't get over how nice this frame is coming out of Seattle. Look at this. It's beautiful. You'd think this was an Arizona car or truck. I call everything car sometimes. Now that I got all that easy work down underneath done, I'm going to move on to these exhaust manifolds down there. That one's probably going to be the hardest, and that one's probably going to be the easiest, which will turn out to be the hardest. I don't know. I'm making headway though, guys. I'm making headway. I am. Actually, before I get to that, I'm going to get those connections back there with the oil sending unit, pressure unit, and then probably the camshaft sensor. I'm just guessing. These look like plugs. Okay, this is a 13. This is a 10. A couple plugs here, looks like. And it looks like they're bolted to the back of the head here. Can't really tell. I'm having a lot of trouble reaching back in here, and I got long arms, so what I'm trying to do though, this was disconnect this connector, but it is unplugged. I'm gonna have to be careful and see what's connected to this head in the back here when I go to pull this engine. I'm going for the exhaust manifold on this driver's side. There's 6 bolts. Let's start with that sensor so I don't forget it. I gave them all a dose of Freol. That's my go-to stuff. I really like it. Anyway, I'm going to keep going with this and 10 millimeter and long handle wrench with a swivel head. And a little at a time. I've got most all of them off except for these last 2. I think I got lucky because there's nothing but a hole in the back where one used to be, way in the back there. And so far, I know you're all wondering, and I'll tell you, as far as I know, I have not broken a bolt yet. We'll find out when I take this out. Instead of having 6, I should have 5. So I'm going to keep going with this, and you'll get to see when I get done with this side. I want to show you how close I am. Watch when I push down on the manifold. Well, now that I got that stuck, I'm going to have to take the steering column loose at that bolt right there. Tied my steering wheel up with the seat belt. Seat belt would not plug in because the seat's too far back and there's no battery. So I just tied it. All it is to keep that from moving around. That bolt takes a 15 millimeter. Anyway, that is the bolt. Nut stays on the back of that. It goes over the column. Now, supposedly, the column should just give me a break here and slide down a little ways. I'm having way too much trouble trying to compress it right up here. I got it to go down just a little bit, but not enough. And it's hard to get to. So I'm going to go ahead and take it loose at the bottom down here. Slide it off with the steering gear. If you needed a new intermediate shaft, this would be a good time to replace it. There's the bolt, what it looks like, just your ordinary bolt. It's, by the way, it's an 11, not a 10, but an 11. And the bottom portion of that hole there is threaded, so the bolt just screws right in. And there's a flat side on the shaft to help with reinstallation. And there she is. Remind me to put this back on. Okay, I'm able to move the shaft completely out of the way now. Let's see if that manifold will come out. Need both hands, so just pulled right out. Just as easy as buttering toast with soft butter. And now I can get down in here to assess those motor mounts down there and get some more working room. Okay, moving right along. I wonder what's going to happen over on this side. I've got the AC over there and all that good stuff. Well, compared to the other side, this side was a piece of cake. That back bolt is the hardest one to get to as far as reaching, but I was able to put this type of wrench on it for a long handle, short socket, and weasel over the stupid spark plugs that I can't get out, wires that I can't get off, I mean. So this came out very easily, and there she is. Now it's time to go underneath. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so, and bye for now.